One of my favourite finds ever, and as an archaeologist you always get asked the question, what's the best thing you've ever found? And no, it's not gold. It was a little piece of brass, of copper alloy, a centimetre wide, and it had a screw hole in it and a little decorated end, but it was bent, it was curved when it should have been flat. We found it just in here. And on the side of it, there's a little crescentic scar. And the amazing thing is that it has this really moving and quite scary story to tell, because this was the strap that comes off the trigger guard from a Brown Bess musket. And we think from its location, it was probably a soldier in Barrel's regiment. He was the colonel commanding the regiment. And whatever position he was in, this Jacobite musket ball, because that's what caused that crescentic scar, Jacobite musket ball fits exactly in it, was fired at close range, close enough for the velocity to be powerful enough to drive through the musket and blow the trigger guard off and break it and leave that scar. But the thing is, that musket ball may well have continued into the body of the soldier holding that musket. So what we could be looking at there is the last moments of a soldier's life. And it says so much. It's visceral, it's that moving and scary story, but it also tells us something about the battle. It tells us that the Jacobites had muskets. It tells us that they kept them right the way into the hand-to-hand fight. But it also tells us things like the orders of the day put together by probably Lord George Murray, one of the senior commanders of the Jacobite army. And he says, do not throw down your muskets. Because again, there's this tradition during the Jacobite charge, those men with muskets will fire them at about 50 yards to keep the heads of the enemy down. After that single shot, they will throw the musket down and draw their sword and go in with the sword. That order suggests that's not what they're doing. They're actually going in with the musket. And we know that some of those muskets actually had bayonets on them because we found a piece of a Jacobite bayonet, which in origin was French. So a single piece of metal from here had so much to tell us. And we found hundreds of pieces of metal. So from a 25-year career in battlefield and conflict archaeology, I can safely say that this is one that really sticks in my memory.